Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Today we're going to be taking a look at and listening to two of my favorite things, VoicePlay and Disney. Now, I'm particularly excited because this is going to be an arrangement of The Little Mermaid. For those of you that don't know The Little Mermaid, you should definitely go watch it. It's an amazing, amazing animated work. Some people say it was essentially the mergence of Broadway and cartoons. I think that's really cool. It won 2 Academy Awards, both for Best Musical Score and Best Original Song. Under the Sea, though, not Part of Your World. I sang Part of Your World as a child endlessly, I'm sure to the great annoyance of many classmates and my siblings, but it won the Best Original Song for Under the Sea. In this version, VoicePlay is once again going to be featuring Rachel Potter, whom we saw last in their version of Moana, or a Moana medley. She was fantastic there. I'm really looking forward to getting to hear her again, and also looking forward to what I'm sure is going to be massive creativity and brilliant vocalizations from VoicePlay. Let's get to it.
I'll tell you a tale of the bottomless blue with its hay to the starboard heave-ho. Heave-ho. Look out, lads, a mermaid be waiting for you in mysterious fathoms below. Fathoms below, low.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete?
There's so much amazing stuff that's already happening. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. We're probably going to go back to the beginning. One of the things visually that I'm really digging here, let's see if I can get up. There we go. There's all of them. So it looks like they're essentially Disney bounding, which means you wear the colors and like the essence of a character from a film. So I think that Ellie, who's the top left, I think he's bounding as Flounder. And then Rachel in the middle, she's clearly Ariel. Jay, who's the top right, I think he's doing Sebastian. Jeff, so you have bottom right, bass, and he is Ursula, very clearly with that seashell necklace. Layne, vocal percussion here on the bottom left. I am actually not sure. I think we might, I don't know, we'll probably figure that out later. It's been a little while since I saw Little Mermaid. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Let's go back to the beginning. One of my favorite things so far is all of the cool sounds. There's the vocal percussion is awesome. You have this like whoosh, this sound of a wave that comes in right at the beginning. I almost missed it. Maybe it's the sound of wind. And then there's even like little bubbles that happened right there. Also loving the clarity of Ellie's voice here. He's just got a great tone. It's fantastic. Okay, one more back here. Very, very, very cool, this percussion at the beginning. I wonder if there was something in addition, like almost sounds like a trash can lid that's being pounded to get this extra dimension of sound. There's definitely, it sounds like they might have layered several sounds to get that percussive effect.
I'll tell you a tale of the bottomless blue with its hay to the starboard heave-ho. Heave-ho. Look out, lads, a mermaid be waiting for you in mysterious fathoms below. Fathoms below, low.
Look at this stuff,
Cool
isn't it
transition,
neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
Dinglehopper!
I've got who's it's and what's it's galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. Who cares? No big deal. I want more. When's it my turn?
Interesting. So cutting the song there till a later point. I really liked the way at one point that we dropped some sounds to feature one of Rachel's lines just a little bit more. Let's go back to that and see if I can find it.
Think I'm the girl who has everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it's and what's it's galore. You want thingamabob?
Right there. I was like, it hasn't happened yet. I went back too far. Right there. right before she says, "You want thingamabobs?" which is a really fun spoken line in the movie and here. And I love the way that the sound completely drops out. So she recaptures your attention with that really, it's kind of a hilarious line. "You want thingamabobs? What's a thingamabob? Ariel, what's a thingamabob? Just, can you define that for us? You've got 20 of them, so you must know." So I like the way that that line was highlighted. Also digging, there's a really fun groove that's happening here. And when she says, "I want more," it's so fun how that's highlighted by building up, "I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more." Rachel's voice has got so much beautiful clarity to it in a similar way to Ellie's voice here. And I think it's fun to have the way that they have like a nice, almost extra shimmer because of whenever their voices come together. And then I like that you have different timbres that all of these guys have, but they're not necessarily the same, but they blend together beautifully and they make something greater than just one person would be. It's a gorgeous combo.
I got 20.
It's hilarious.
But who cares? No big deal. I want more. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to
Nice belt.
explore the shore above? Out of the sea. Wish I could be part of that.
Aria, listen to me.
Oh, what a cool. So normally that would resolve up, I think, just a half step, and instead she went a full step up to shift the key there. Really, really cool transition. VoicePlay's transitions are just typically really fun, and I feel like a delightful surprise every time I hear one. I love Rachel's voice in this instance because she goes up and she has this really clean, narrow, slender belt. It doesn't have too much pressure underneath, so her chords don't sound like they want to split. She even does like a little moment into it at one point, which is kind of creaky and very fun. But then right after that moment when things calm down and it says, "Wish I could be," she's using so much more tenderness and head voice in that moment. It just displays a wide range of vocal timbres that are flawlessly executed. So let's listen to that one more time. Ooh,
And I
here.
love to explore the shore above.
I like that.
Out of the sea.
Nice.
Wish I could be part of that.
Aria, listen to me. The human world is a mess. The seaweed is always greener and somebody.
Whoa. Whoa. Jay, you sound super awesome right now, but what just happened? Layne was doing I think he was pitching his cheeks as if they were drums, right? If you take the membrane of a drum, if you pull it tighter, the pitch is going to be higher. And so you can hear in this transition, it almost sounds like, I think it was timpani or steel. No, I think it was maybe steel drums that were used in the original Under the Sea and in that intro. And he does that with his cheeks here. It's so cool. Here.
I could be part of that.
Aria, listen to me. The human world is a mess. The seaweed is
Cool.
always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up.
Oh my gosh. That little burp of bubbles just got me totally off guard.
To me, the human world is a mess. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake.
Whoa, what a cool riff.
Just look at the world around.
Nope, sorry. We're going back. Oh, this is these few seconds are golden.
It's greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the.
I'm loving Jay's choice on this riff. It's just so unexpected to me to go up like that. It sounds like he flips into falsetto there, or it might just be like a much lighter head voice. I like also though the clarity and that depth of tone quality Oh my goodness, I just realized this video is so much longer, and it's gonna take me forever. Wow, I need to stop pausing. Let's just say, Jay, you're amazing. The switch of registers was super, super cool. Love the note choices, totally unexpected, and love your timbre.
The weed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is
That's
a
so
big
cool.
mistake.
I love it.
Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things around you.
What more is you looking for?
Under the sea, said under the sea, yeah. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Oh.
Love that the kick is dropped here. So Layne stopped doing a kick before you've had this like kind of feels like more of a Caribbean feel to it. But this moment had like more and the kick is dropped, and it lets us focus a little bit more on some of the intricacies happening in the vocal lines. Really cool.
Such wonderful things around you.
What more is you looking for?
That's delicious.
Under the sea, said under the sea, yeah. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Oh, up on the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they slave away. While we devoting full time to floating under the sea. The nude play the flute, the cop play the harp, the plays play the bass, the day sound and sharp, the bass play the brass, the chub play the drum, and all that blowfish blow.
Oh, this is so delightful and so fulfilling to listen to. I love the way in Under the Sea originally it had all of these different creatures that it highlighted at one point, and it went through Ellie, Rachel, and Jeff all doing these different creatures. And I think we might have even had a moment when Layne took a creature. Oh, that's really cool.
Under the sea, the nude play the flute, the cop play the harp, the plays play the
They're like
bass, the
both
day
candy
sound and
moments.
sharp, the bass play the brass, the chub
So
play
cool.
the dub, and all that blowfish blow. Yeah, each little stallion, no one too well, and that's why it's hard to under the water. Yeah, we in love here, down in the monkey under the sea. What more is you looking for? Hey.
I just have to say, Jay's fun energy is so infectious. This also, I noticed this in What's This? He has this just like welcoming, like, hey, let's have fun vibe that I absolutely adore. Okay.
Poor child.
Poor sweet child.
Who are you?
Don't be scared.
We represent
Someone who can help.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the light, and made a switch. True? Yes. And I fortunately know a little magic.
Whoa.
It's a talent.
This is fantastic. Often bassier voices are associated with like evil characters. I was wondering, Ursula for me also is one of the most incredible villains that Disney has ever created. I think she's so incredible. Love her, how deep and low and evil sounding the original singer's timbre is. I forget her name right now, but I know I've looked her up on many occasions. Jeff is bringing in this like smoothness. It feels almost like just a little slimy evil, like a little convincing manipulative too, which is really in line with Ursula's character, but from a different perspective. I'm really digging sort of seeing into Ursula in a different way through Jeff's voice. I keep getting cracked up too by Ellie and Jay's eels. They are the bad eels from Little Mermaid, so it's super fun to see those characters coming through. Let's go back just a little bit. Oh, P.S. This purple effect in Jeff's eyes, that's a pain in the butt to do in post. Just so you know, gotta appreciate it.
Repented, seen the light, and made a switch. True? Yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And dear lady, please don't laugh. I use it on behalf of the miserable, the lonely, and depressed. Pathetic. Poor unfortunate souls.
I've never heard somebody say pathetic with so much audacity. It was fantastic. I was noticing also you definitely have Jeff doubled in the actual musical tracks. You have him singing the lead here, but you also have him continuing to sing bass. And a lot of times that bass is syncing with the kick that Layne is producing as well. Let's go back just a little bit. There was a really interesting effect that also happened here.
True, yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And dear lady.
And the whoa. Oh, what was that? It's a specific special effect. Like a flanger maybe? Anyhow, interesting effect there. I really like it because it makes you think about magic, which he just talked about.
Please don't laugh. I use it on behalf of the miserable, the lonely, and depressed. Pathetic. Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor unfortunate souls are so sad.
Whoa, that poor unfortunate soul's going up. Really nice. I'd love to hear that in the session. Really cleanly together, and also just beautifully tuned. That's not something you can just jimmy in a session using vocal tuning. That has to already be really, really dang close to get that amount of synchronization there. Layne's beatboxing at this point has a lot of these like gulps kind of sounds that are also like with a tongue on top of his mouth. Really interesting. I don't think I've heard him use that as one of the timbres, or I guess sound. It hasn't been in his sound arsenal. I think until this song, he's using it a lot, like these like kind of like kind of gulping sounds, which makes it feel deeper and a little creepier to me. Let's go back and catch just a couple moments here.
That one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor unfortunate souls are so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron, crying spells.
Whoa!
Do I help them? Yes, I do.
I just want to point out, Jeff just went over, I think he went into a third octave even just like in the matter of seconds. Listen to how rangy this section is for Jeff's voice.
So true. They come flocking to my cauldron, crying spells. Do I help them? Yes, I do. Oh,
Wow.
but there is one more thing.
Wow.
We haven't discussed the subject of payment.
But I don't have
Well, I'm not asking much. What I want from you is your voice. If you want to cross the bridge, my sweet.
Beautiful juxtaposition between the highs from Rachel and the lows from Jeff here. Love the way they've also taken Rachel's voice and produced it so it sounds a little more distant, a little more haunting.
You is your voice. If you want to cross the bridge, my sweet, you've got to
Wow.
pay the toll. Take a
Beautiful.
open, take a breath, and go ahead and sign the scroll. Flotsam, jetsam, now we've got our boys. The boss is on a roll.
We're gonna go back again. The tempo shifts in here are incredible. That's really difficult to line up. Man, the tempo map, like the click track to try and get that in position, that must have been nuts. And trying to get that timing, wow. I bet you that was probably difficult to put together. Just respect, mad respect for this, to all the time shifts that happen here.
Your voice. If you want to cross the bridge, my sweet, you've got to pay the toll. Take a gulp and take a breath and go ahead and sign the scroll. Flotsam, jetsam, now we've got our boys. The boss is on a roll.
Wow.
This poor unfortunate soul. Belugas or fruga come wings of the Caspian Sea.
Oh, cool descending chromatic passage that Rachel sang there within this arrangement. I love that addition. And also love the additional reverb that's been put on Jeff's voice here. Sounds even creepier. Let's catch that again.
Belugas or fruga come wings of the Caspian
Like a trap beat.
Sea. Larynxis, glossitis, at max laryngitis, la voce to me.
Wow.
Keep singing.
I don't know what's about to happen, but it looks hilarious just from this perfect pause moment. A couple of the really cool effects in here. Again, their creativity is amazing. Love, love, love that we had this like very complicated, and it was almost like a trap beat in there for a while from Layne. And then it dropped when you started having this part where Ariel's voice is taken away. It was very interesting to hear the way that her voice is very present and forward, and then it's moved back in the production. That's definitely a post-production kind of thing. Or she could be moving away from the mic as well. Not sure. Might be a combo of the two, but definitely had some in post to take the voice back and put more verb on it, essentially. Reverb being verb. Very, very cool there. Okay, let's go back to it one more time. Ooh, hi, all the stuff in my tab. Oh, go back just a little more. Listen to this beat here. Got a lot happening.
Belugas are frugal, come wings of the Caspian
I
Sea.
went back too far, sorry guys.
Larynxis, glossitis, at max laryngitis, la voce to me.
Max laryngitis.
Keep singing.
Les poissons, les poissons. How I love les poissons. Love to chop and serve little fish. First I cut off their head, then I pull out their bones. Ah mais oui, ça c'est toujours délice. Les poissons, les poissons. With a cleaver I hack them too. I pull out what's inside and I serve it up fried. 'Cause I love little fishes, don't you? Not
What? Oh my goodness. Is that the seagull? Scuttle? I think Ellie's about to make an entrance of Scuttle. This section almost has me cry. I can feel like the welling of extra eye water / I guess that's tears. It is, you feel like so disturbed and also delighted by Layne at the same time. And also he's the vocal percussionist of the group, but he is singing and speaking here. I love the characterization. It's just insane. So this is a chef. He's the chef. Oh my God. I mean, look at that. Wow. His expressions are so fun.
First I cut off their head, then I pull out their bones. Mais oui, ça c'est toujours délice.
His French isn't bad too. And the French accent.
Love to chop and serve little fish. First I cut off their head, then I pull out.
And I love the expressions of everyone else just like, oh, goodness, he's really excited about cutting fish. I don't know. That was a particularly fun moment where Jay's eyes were like, whoa. And you had Ellie just after that looking down at him like, man, you're real excited about cutting up fish right now, dude.
Their bones. Ah mais oui.
Chef too.
Les poissons, les poissons.
The addition of So Delish was perfect. Let's hear it again.
Ah mais oui, ça c'est toujours délice. Les poissons, les poissons. With a cleaver I hack them too. I pull out what's inside and I serve it up fried. 'Cause I love little fishes, don't you?
Okay, notice that Layne is singing, so you don't have vocal percussion through this section. He hasn't doubled himself. And what's happening is the other parts, and like doo-doos and da-das, and the way that they have various backup parts, those backup parts are continuing the rhythmic integrity for us. And very important is Jeff's part, especially because bass often, when a drum kit will disappear, bass is the driver then often of the rhythm. Very cool.
Nothing is happening. Time for a little vocal romantic stimulation. There you see her sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say.
That was a really cool. Sorry. I loved the way they bounced away in different sides, so they panned it on different sides of my headphones.
Stimulation. There you see her sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. And you don't know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss the girl. Kiss the girl. Yes, you want her.
Ellie's voice has a huge range of character available to it. I'm thinking about the characters he played in This Is Halloween, which often were like larger than life, a little, almost sometimes grating characters. You know, you had ones that were like very full or very forward. And then you have this like gorgeous, romantic, smooth sound. He is just a master at different placements of his voice.
Look at her, you know you do. It's possible she wants you to, but there's one way to ask her. It don't take a word, not a single word. You wanna kiss the girl.
Sing it with me now.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be scared. You got the mood prepared. Go on and kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, don't stop it now. Don't try to hide it how you wanna kiss the girl.
I'm digging how this has been transformed from like more musical Broadway to an R&B feel. I see that in the way that Ellie's choosing to riff on it, and I also hear that it definitely in the beats that Layne is creating. Really fun switch in styles that really, really works.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, float along and listen to the song. Say kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, the music play, do what the music says.
It takes a confident man to Siegel. Just saying. This is amazing.
Don't stop it now. Don't try to hide it how you wanna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, float along and listen to the song. The song say kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, the music play, do what the music say. Kiss the girl. Kiss the girl. Kiss the girl.
Ooh.
What a lovely
Whoa! What a cool... I loved that fill that Layne just put in. There's so many different things that he's doing with the vocal percussion. It's really, really fun to hear. There's definitely tons of layers. So, you know, it's probably something where he recorded layer upon layer and added that so that you could get that full experience of a drum kit. But he also is able to make 10 billion different sounds at the same time. So it's just awesome. Let's listen to that fill one more time.
What a lovely little bridal week, my dear, I look different. Things are working out according to my ultimate design. Soon I'll have that little mermaid and the ocean will be mine.
This is the section when Ursula transforms into the other woman that looks kind of like Ariel but isn't really. Oh, by the way, quick history on the Little Mermaid. All of y'all should be aware that the fairy tale version of this is very, very, very dark. The Little Mermaid dies. So she doesn't, like the whole prince and happily ever after, it does not exist in the fairy tale version. I learned that during when I was working on Rusalka, which is an opera based on the Little Mermaid, essentially. So it's very interesting. I think in Rusalka there's actually another princess which is played by, or is like alluded to with Ursula's transformation into another woman in the Disney version. So really fun. It's cool that they have Rachel doing both versions, both the good version and the evil version. I dig that. Let's see. Let's go back.
And I'll have that little mermaid and the ocean will be mine.
Ooh, nice people laugh. Ooh, that was nice to know, Jeff. That was a really cool breaking. I get this is they moved forward in the film to when the thing breaks and she gets her voice back. I want to go back to that moment though. The sound is interesting. Cool.
No! Now we can walk, now we can run.
Now we can stay all day in the sun. Just you and me.
Just you and me.
And I can be part of this.
Sing it with me now.
That was a really nice mixed belt on top from Rachel. I love that the way she held out world, which world is also not the best vowel to belt on. It's right? It's both an R colored and L colored world vowel, which is just some of the worst sounds to sing. Like if you sing the whole time, it doesn't sound very good. If you sing it also doesn't sound very good. So she's probably singing more like wah, more of a wah sound, an vowel on top because we don't want to hear lots of R and L on top. Let's go back and listen to that moment again. It's good.
And I can be part of this.
Yeah, wow.
Sing it with me now.
Yeah, so she'd probably be singing more wud rather than world. So really softening up those R and L sounds. So it's a prettier sound on top.
Sing it with me now.
Pathetic.
I am so glad that they added the pathetic moment at the end again. That was fun. I really liked this. Like it almost sounded like a crash, but it sounded like waves crashing over, which is kind of what a crash cymbal actually sounds like now that I think about it. Really fun to hear that trailing at the end. Love also the way they dropped Jeff's voice down in the arrangement. Ooh, that's a low note. Very, very low. I love the bass rumbles, of course.
Pathetic.
And also just wanted to mention the way it goes in and then expands out reminds me of that. Oh no, I mentioned this in another video. It's like, is it TMC? The Dolby surround sound feeling when it goes like, and it goes all the way outside. It doesn't sound at all like the vocalization I just made, but you get the idea. Very cool.
Pathetic.
Love it. It is always such a pleasure to get to listen to VoicePlay. I have been holding off on listening to this one for so long because I really wanted that first time reaction to be for all of you. And I'm so happy that I finally got to listen to it. It was super fun. Congrats to all of the members, Ellie, Layne, Rachel, Jeff, and Jay. You guys are amazing. Really, really amazing. I love the creativity and I love the huge range of sounds and expression and really incredible technique as well that every single person has. Definitely a greater whole than a single, and that's just, it's amazing. I particularly loved the different vibes I got from each section. It felt very clearly like it represented R&B at one point, and then you had like a Caribbean moment, and there are times when it felt clearly like the actual movie or musical, but then there were times when it veered away and just gave a new twist on it that made me appreciate The Little Mermaid in a very different way. So thank you so much for your wonderful work, VoicePlay, and I hope that I'll get to do some more reactions and analysis to VoicePlay music soon. You guys, all you listeners, you can help with that by recommending what you would like to hear next in the comments down below. We absolutely track that, and the ones that are recommended the most are the ones we do. So comment down below on what you would like to hear most on the channel, and if you'd like to come and chat with me sometime, I'm here every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Arizona time. Note time change if that's happened at any time near us. And also, you can find me on Patreon. You can find VoicePlay on Patreon too. I know, I'm signed up for their Patreon. And you can find me at thecharismaticvoice.com. See you soon.